Good morning, everyone. Trust you had a good night rest. This is day 5 of working on CSS. And I'll be going through some questions that I have inside in my Slack and on the form. So if you can hear me, please can you comment in the chat box? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Once again, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the class. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I can see that most of you were having issue with adding images. Please, how will I add images on Replit? It's because you have not tried it. That's why you are unable to add it. So this is my screen, and I'll open my Replit. By you clicking on these 3 dots, it will give you some options. You can see upload file and upload folder. Even if you want to upload your gallery there, you definitely be able to do so. So once you click on upload file, it will direct you to it will open this window modal object. Then anything you want to select, you can definitely select it. So that's how you go about it. I believe the person asking might not have tried it before. It's not that difficult. So I've selected this GIF now. You can put it in any folder you want and you can reference to it. I hope that is clear. Yeah, I hope that is clear. So I think I've answered that. I'm going to the question asked inside the form. I believe by now most of you should have been rounding up or should have finished whatever the tasks you are doing. This Friday, and it shouldn't take you that long. How do I connect my HTML doc to a CSS file? But it didn't work. Normally, if you are working on Replit, it will automatically connect you. So I don't understand what the question is all about. But nevertheless, if you are using this, it's possible that if you are using this link, it's possible you are not referencing your style.css properly. That's why you are not having it. Check the folder. Check the folder, your index.html or the HTML folder. Check if they are in the same file. If they are not in the same file, then you will need to re-reference it. I hope that is clear. Please, if you have further questions about this, you can also attach a screenshot. That will be easier. Let's see how your folders. This is what I mean. Yes, let's see how your folder look like. This is what I meant. When I say folder, this is what I meant. Screenshot this place and send it to, so we can be able to see where you are having the issue. So I hope that's fine. Can you show us the Replit URL we should submit? Okay, that's fine. It's not that difficult. As a developer, you shouldn't ask every question, but so that it will be easier for you. You can see now, this is my cover page, this is my task. Because I've published it before, I don't think I need to republish it. But let me click on this. You are going to click on this. You see some menu. All these things, you see it, and you are going to answer the question, then you update. Let me see if I can update it. Okay, there's no need. But if I create another file, for example, this one now, if I create this one now, I'm creating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Linda, good to see you. Hope the issue you talked about the other time has been resolved. I would like to hear about that. I don't know if I was able to answer your question, and if I wasn't able, apologies for that. But I hope it's been resolved now. You can, the person asking, you can see there is a publish option here. Once you click on this public option, it will bring out some menu. It will bring out some menu for you. Then after that, you can answer all these questions, blah, blah, blah. The default name is my projects. And description, Zuri projects. Once you click on next, it will bring some other option. If you like, you can add it. If you like, you may not add it. Then you can publish to the community. After you click on publish to the community, you see a link here. This is definitely your link. Once you click here, this is the link you are going to share. Anywhere you can share this one. Anybody can access it. So I think that is how. Is I want to link up. I want to link up our registration to our login page or submit separately. Well, just make this thing dynamic. This question is just check the normal registration page you have. It usually have a link before, like already registered, sign in. And once you click on that sign, it will give you to the sign in login page. So do something like that. I hope that answer your question, Deborah Simon. I hope that answer your question. Can you show us? No one. Oh, thank you. No one. I hope I've been able to answer your question also. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. I want to quickly answer all the questions and then we can. How far about the Crapo project? Is there anyone that's finished doing it? I was saying you will be using utility-based class. Is that the correct way? Okay, we'll be using utility force CSS. You can see now, if you can write this, you have no issue using payment CSS. You have no issue using Duit. You can see now, developers mark methodology framework aim at solving some of this underlying problem. Over the years, many CSS frameworks have cropped up to help simplify the development process. So now we'll be using utility class. You can see now when you say BG white, see that you could have written a utility CSS that will say a BG white that will reference that it to mean background color should be white. I hope so am I to add my login page to my registration page using nav tag? All these things, just check an example that you can see online. For example, now you don't for example, registration page. For example, now if I'm to log in, I think Facebook, let's see how Facebook login look like. Let's say Facebook sign up page. Let's see how it look like. Just this impression from somewhere. But actually, most of it they don't usually have the navbar. But so that I will not mislead you and to the sausage page. You said searching for design online will give you a better understanding of a beautiful design. Yeah. So now I don't think you need to put your audio is doing slow motion. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Sam Berry. Please, can you explain the week 4 task? We are not yet in week 4. I don't even know the task. So once we reach week 4, we'll know how to cross the bridge. So what I'm saying in essence is this person asking, I don't think you really need it. You may not put it there because, for example, most of the registration page you have, they don't have a nav bar. So you can look, this is an example now. This is an example. You can see now, I'm having a login. This is a this is my login page now. If I didn't put my account, I don't know, I don't use Facebook now. It's my new account. So that's how you are going to do to the login page. Linda, please, can you search Zuri team? Can you search Zuri team on Twitter and either you send them a DM or you tag them in your post. Please let me know if you do that. Linda, if that didn't work, please let me know. I use Tailwind CSS, but it does not reflect on Replit. Please, how do I do about the installing dependency require? Well, I've not used it before. I've not used Tailwind on CSS, but that should not be. Send me a DM. We can talk about this. This is not part of the class, and I would not like to convince or confuse others that's not familiar with it. So now, what I was doing, I was building in our yesterday's task, we were doing a utility-based CSS. So I want us to continue like we were doing. That's more easier. So now this is my style CSS now. You can see now, once I put flex, it means that it's going to be a flex. This is an example now. For people that are new to utility-based CSS, let me just explain, because in your project, in your final project, before you leave here, you will not have time, to be honest. You don't have time to start writing nav, display of flex, justify content, center. Then you go to li, list time, none. You will not have that. You will not have that. You will not have that. You will not have that time. You have a lot of pressure on you. So the best thing for you is to use a particular framework. There's no sin in it, because once you understand CSS, for example, now table CSS, you don't understand the vanilla CSS, you will not be able to write it itself. So just that when you are just starting out, you just write it so that you made mistake, it's able to make a lot of research. For example, now when you are typing BG background, then a lot of things will be coming up. So you'll be able to know what all these properties, what they are all about. So that's just a good way. I hope that is clear. How do I link the login page to the register page? But I guess if you are just attending to the first, this is your first class. If you are going to link your login page to the, no, you don't. Okay, you don't need to link it. You can just have you can have a button here or a button here, or yes, a button here or a link here. Create new profile. Then that will be like a tag. You can style it to look like something like this. When you click on it, it will take you back to your registration page. So I don't think that's difficult. Please, Linda, please try that approach. Let me know if it works. If it doesn't work, please try and message me again and let me know. Try and message me again. I submitted the wrong link for an assignment. What can I do? Pray to God, because this is not the first time. This week 3. I don't think we should be having issue with submitting a wrong link. We already know that we are not. Once you submit, you can't resubmit it. The only thing is this, and I'm giving you a cheat. If you submit a link and you have not been graded, just go back to your replit and the grader is there. You can see your new. Don't worry, your task will be graded. Don't worry, Bayo. Okay, now I believe everyone can hear me now. Sorry, I lost my connection for some seconds. So Ijoma, please, that's just can you explain the Web3 project, please? Which project again? Are you talking? Please, can you emphasize or lay emphasis on what you mean by project, so I can be able to know what I'm going to do. So I'm checking it now. My Node.js is counting. So please send me a DM. Let's talk about it inside our DM. How do you style the form? Is there any format? You can check online. Check online. Your input, your form, everything, check online is there. Please explain the cheat code again. Your audio is gone. Okay, what I was saying is this: if you submitted a wrong link, so if you are lucky, if you submitted a what do you call this thing? You submitted a replit URL. What you need to do is just go to the URL, go and copy the writing inside your replit. Then you just leave it like that, or you save it. Once that's if you have not been graded. If you have been graded, there's nothing you can do. So it's a replit. But if you don't use up, you'll be score your okay. I believe you can hear me now. Oluwadara Simi Odejobi. I did not mention about using any CSS framework here. I said when you are doing your project, what's most likely for you to be doing? You have a lot of things to do. Some of you are students. You have a lot of things to do. Definitely, you are going to be using framework. And I can categorically say that it's not too early once you know the basics. And secondly, I've not mentioned about using framework now. What I only said is that you have to write something like utility class. What we are writing here is also normal vanilla GSS, but we are writing in the form of a utility class CSS. So I've never mentioned about using CSS framework, but if you use it, there's no issue. If you use the framework, I don't think anyone will penalize you, except these tags. Except these tags you are doing, we want you to write it yourself. But once you are doing your project, you need it. But for example, Tailwind CSS, the way it's being worked, we can also write it on our own. This is how your Tailwind CSS, this is how they have defined all these flex and all that, they have defined it somewhere. So once you go to something like this now, okay, once you go to my index.js, for example, now I'm giving this this one BG primary. I'm giving this BG primary. What does it mean? Now, this BG primary, that means it's going to look at my CSS and look for where I have BG primary. What's inside my BG primary? If you come here now, my BG primary here, it will just give it a background color. So it's going to be using this. That's what we call utility class, which is very good for you. And it shows you really understand a lot of things, because look at the framework we're having outside here. Most of them are using utility class, except something like style components. So, and people prefer to use now. If you ask 10 of if I ask okay, if I ask 10 developer, okay, I'm sharing my screen again. If you ask 10 developer about will they use style components, or they will use will they use style components, or they will use Tailwind CSS, they will definitely tell you that they're going to use Tailwind CSS, because that's the easier one. So what I was explaining with my is this. For example, now I'm putting BG primary here, BG primary. What does it mean? So now when my CSS, when I put a class of, and I put it to be what? Background color of this, which I've used variable. There's a topic, there's a class on variable. Now, once I put BG primary anywhere, once I put, then sorry, I'm having some kind of network issue. If you're having issue hearing what I'm saying, or seeing my screen. I think you're asking how I did. I just moved this like this. I'm sharing my browser, and I'm also sharing my screen. If you are using Windows, you should be able to do that. Windows has for most of your Windows has a Z4 block, so you can also put your screen in 4 places. For example, now I can put this like this. I can put this like this. I can have another one here. And I can have another one here. And I can have another one here also. So, and I can start working on the 4 if it's convenient for me. So it's possible you can be coding, or you can be working on your system and also be watching movie. It's possible. I can link my portfolio. I can link my portfolio to the software page in Replit. This is how you do it. So I will remove this now. Now just go to your inside your form tag like this. What's this? Let me okay. So now inside your form here, I'm showing my file. Let me zoom in better. Inside your file here, now you can see now on my registration page, I want to go to my success page. So for my registration page, I want to go to my success page. Is that what I want to do? Okay, now this is what you do. You go to your form here, where you have your form. Inside your action, that means in your login page, inside your action, you just put your success or the name of your success page. You just put it here. So once you click on fill the form, it will refresh the page and go to that place. I hope that is clear, Anieka. So you can just put your action here. You can't have, there's no need of this is your button. Once your type of here is a submit button, put your action here to be success.html or anything.html that you are using. Just link it properly. I guess you have not watched the video for CSS variable. That's how to declare variable and how to use it. That's how to use it. For example, now look at some of my variable that I declare here. I declare my primary color here. This is it. So that's, if I remove this primary color now, you can see now it's giving me an issue. So you have to put it there. So that's how you declare your variable, and that's how you are going to use it. Okay, thank you. Now, okay, I hope that is clear. It's because of the question. We have a lot of questions, which is very important compared to this the project. So that's why it's taking me time. When I want to write, once I say I should write now, someone will ask a question, I have to go to it. But now, just like we are doing before, we are following the class on this Crapo project. We have the header here, and we also have my nav. This is how to write name, because now if you look at it now, I'm using this. I may not need the div here again. I don't need this div again. And I don't need this. I can remove this. Now I'm having this I'm having this here. How can we add an background image to our portfolio website? Please check this thing on your what do you call it? Check this thing, just Google, a simple Google search will go a long way. Now, for example, now, this is my CSS now. Do I have an image here? Let me import an image here. I will go here now and upload file. I'm uploading this only picture I have. Now I have that my picture inside. It's okay. I have many. Now if I come here now and I go to my index.css or style.css now, and I go to maybe I want to put it inside my body. I will put this picture inside my body now. I can come here now and say my background. It should be my URL. Now I have to point to where I have it. Where do I have it? I'm having it, my CSS now. I have to go out of my CSS I'm going out of my CSS like this. That will not be, I've gone out of my CSS. That will be Isiaka.png. Okay, let's see if this works. Or you can always use background image here. However, I'm going like this. That looks like this. No, I'm having this. This is my CSS. Is inside after my CSS page. Okay, it's not capital letter I, it's small letter I. What's wrong with this? I understand that this thing might be somewhat frustrating. Yes. Lots of thousands of people are using the application right now. So some of them doesn't have the opportunity. You can see now, this is my background image. You can see now I've put background image in my work. So I hope that is clear. Please, can I resubmit my link? The link I submitted was my Replit profile link. Oh God, sorry. Omara Martins, sorry. What I can only advise you is that just go on. If you submitted the Replit link, go there and go and change what you need to change and put it there. So the person asking about background image, the person asking about you can't hear me, okay? The person asking about background image, you can use it now. You can see it now. It's done now. I can't hear or see anything. Is that a joke? I can see my own screen now. So I don't know. Please, can another person confirm this? If you cannot hear me or you cannot see what I'm doing, can another person confirm that? Ogwegu Chinemere. Sorry if I I didn't call your name properly. Sorry about that. Can you see how I've added background image to my work? You can give it background. You can give background. You can also give. I believe there's a topic on this. Most of you are not watching this. All the video will give it to you. Just that someone will just come here and we are going to attend. No repeats. I don't want. Okay. I hope this thing break itself, not me that break it. Okay, no repeat like this. It will work. Everything. This one too will also work. So that's how you had a background image. I'm clear on that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Good to know that you are clear about that. Okay, I think what else do we need to talk about so that we can move to the project? I believe by now most of you should be running up about the submission. Next week we'll talk about what we have there. Please, even if you know flex and flexbox, even if you know the topic very well, please resist the urge to submit your week 4 task now. I'm just giving you this advice. Well, this is not a formal one, but I'm just giving you this advice. Anything can change. Anything can change, and you might need to make adjustment to something, or you can see something better and you want to change it, and you may not have that grace again. So resist the urge of submitting. There's no penalty. You're not going to be penalized if you submit later or if you submit now. If you someone that submits like 30 minutes or 1 hour before deadline is still going to get graded, and you can even get graded earlier compared to the person that submits first. I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm just telling you that you should just resist the urge to submit your work, your week 4 work, especially now. Okay, I should continue to check the question on the form. I'm doing that. Can the style sheet link more than? Yes, you can use a style sheet to link 1 million page. You can use a style sheet to link 1 million page. Please, what's penalty for submitting a reference link that doesn't contain your code 0.5? If the person is nice, if the person is not nice, it will not give you anything. The task is for link to the government material. I'm not going to be answering that because we are not in week 4. We are not in week 4. Please, Victoria, can you explain how variables in a work? Okay, if it means how variable works, variable is a way of Okay, we have not done JavaScript, but variable is a way of being able to utilize something. For example, now, let's assume I want to say my name is Isiaka Abdullahi. Now, okay, my name is Isiaka Abdullahi, that's my name. If somebody is, if somebody is asking me, man, I can start saying my name is Isiaka Abdullahi. But suppose I've declared a variable. That means variable is a way of storing a piece of information. If you want to store a piece of information, that's how you create a variable. Now, let me say, let my name equals Isiaka Abdullahi. If anyone is calling my name, ask me like, what's my name? I can just say name. Then that name will now reference to Isiaka Abdullahi. So that's just a way of doing it. So now, and that's JavaScript. But in CSS2, we can also have a variable. We can also have a variable. One way of having variable is, firstly, you have to declare it. You have to declare it first. For example, now, if you look at this place now, there's a place is this? Okay, how you declare a variable is this. Now you are going to create, you have a root, you have something, a root selector like this. Go here now and do something like this. Any variable that you want to use, declare it here. Now let's say I want to use my color. You start with this double dash. You now say my color. Let's say my color red should be this. Our red color should be F00. I believe all of you should have read about color. Our red color is this now. Now this one now I've declared it. It is available anywhere. It is available anywhere. If I come here and I say, let's say BG CLR red, and I say, okay, my color should be what? Now for you to use this one, you have to write something like var, You can say evaluate the value of a custom variable. You now use this var like this, then you now put this double slash. It will suggest this for you. Supposed to suggest, and this is my color red. So that's how it works. Oh, I'm using VA. I was expecting it to suggest it. So now, if I put var very well, if I write var very well, and I come here and I write double slash, you can see now it's suggesting the color I have for me. It's in the memory. So that's how you work it. Now, on most of the websites, if you look at this now, I'll open my console now. Let's look at some popular websites and let's see if they are using this, if they are using something like that. My question keeps overflowing and my work keep overflowing and I am having an extra scroll bar. Well, I don't know what you are trying to achieve, but you can do something like this. I hope that will not affect your work negatively, but you can come here now and do something like overflow should be hidden. Hide any overflow. You can come here, you can go to your body and you say any overflow on that page should be hidden. Then that scroll bar will disappear. I know it's somewhat tough using this thing, but you just if you can use your VS Code, write it on your VS. For example, now my body here now, I can write overflow should be hidden. Overflow Y means that up and down should be hidden. If X means inline, that's horizontal. So I can just give overflow here should be hidden. So if that thing is more than my screen size, you will not see it, you will not be able to scroll. So that will remove that scroll bar. I hope that is clear. I wrote the code from this when I copied it to directly to run there and share the link. I need that to run my code in there, please. Please keep trying. It will run. Make sure you are copying the right thing and pasting in the right place. So that's that about that. Okay, question. My work is always overflowing and it's having a scroll bar. I can advise you that you can just put your height to be 100%, or you can put your mean height to be 100%. The difference between let me hear from the chat box. What's the difference between height and mean height and max height? Who can tell me the difference when you use max height, mean height, and height? What's the difference? And okay, and this is my last class on CSS. There are ways of writing responsive design that you don't need to, even without using media query, your work can be responsive. Please, can someone tell me the difference? Let's know. No, you don't. If you are not using Fabulous Isiaka, you just have to make up your mind. Which one are you using? Do you want to use variable? If you are not using variable, there's no need of using this in your root. If I'm not using custom variable, I can just come here and write red. That's fine by CSS. Everything will work fine. But if I want to use variable, when you are declaring your variable, it must have this double dash first when you are declaring it. And when you are using it, it has to come like, you have to use this type var, like something like this. This is how you are going to use it. Please check video on variable also. Um, uh, how do you link your HTML? This now, if you look at this, my work, I'm having different HTML page here. I'm having registration page, I'm having success page, I'm having index page here. So now how do I link them? You can just come here now. Okay, now any place, for example, now if I want to link my registration page by clicking on this, look at this, my LI here. My LI that has you use an A attribute A element. Then inside your href, you are going to put the link, or you are going to reference the HTML file. That's how you go about it. Max height means the highest height should be X. Yeah. So there are some things you should, there are some CSS responsive design that you should do. You should avoid giving your, either your container, avoid giving it a fixed width. For example, now give it a fixed width. You can give it a maximum width or maximum width of 100%. That means, for example, now that means it will take the size of the container. If, for example, if you're having image, you should give it a maximum width of 100% or a width of 100%. So it will contain any place you put it, it will contain it. And once you shrink that image, once you shrink that container, because you say your maximum height or your maximum width should be 100%. That 100% you are saying is 100% of its container. Where you put it is 100% of it. Yes, thank you, everyone. How do we change the cursor? We can say cursor should be pointer, or cursor should be anything. For example, now I can say dot. If I say pointer, I want to be using pointer inside my work. I can say pointer. Here, I can now say pointer. What is this? Okay, now I'm saying pointer. My cursor here should be pointer. We have a lot of options here. My cursor here should be pointer, or anyone you want to use. You can pointer, it can be progress. So that's how you are going to use it. Well, because how you are going to move it, you have to copy the same navbar across. So you are just going to change the linking or something like that. So since you are in HTML, you can't. You have to duplicate. You start writing the same thing. So you have to copy what you have in your nav to another page. For example, maybe okay, in any of the tags that have the navbar, you have to copy. If you're having, let me say 3 pages, you have to copy it to each page. But once you have made one, you just need to copy and you just change the linking. That should not be difficult. We just copy it. If this React, you can use a single component. But that's one reason why that's one setback for vanilla JavaScript. You have to keep writing yourself, repeating yourself. Or another thing is when you are using Moji, and you have not been taught how to use Moji. So I think that answers your question, Ajay Edward. How do I make my submit button direct me to my next page using the input tag? I want my login page to link to my registration page. If you want your login page to link to your registration page, you can say, just like I said in Facebook, in this Facebook, you can create an A element here. Let's inspect what Facebook use for this creating an account. Let's see what it is. Now, if you look at it here, you can see now they are also using an A element. So now, if you want to link your HTML to you can always inspect other websites too. You don't need to. You can always inspect other websites, see how they do their own. then copy it, or you learn from it also by copying it also. You don't need to. You can see what they do here is that they just give it a row. This thing is acting as a what? As the button, but is a what? Is an A link. So you can always make a lot of changes, vertical alignment, do display inline block, content, blah, blah, blah. So now you can see now they are using A elements here. They are using A elements. So they just style it to look like, you can see their style. Border radius, if I remove this now, the border radius will go away. Font size is 17, it's getting small. Line height is 48, it's smaller. Our padding is 0, and this, you can see now. So this is how they do their own. So once you are doing, if you want to link you are in a login page and you want to go back, you can just say already have an account, or you don't have an account, create new one, or click here. Then this place will just be a link to your register page. I hope that is having that's clear. That's clear. Omashola, let me call it Omashola, like that. Please, I'm having issue on the Replit link. We have to submit for the assignment. What's the issue you are having? It's saying not found, even while the code folder is there. I don't experience that, but make sure that you are linking. Just make sure that your HTML, your index.html page remains the root of your HTML. Aside that, I don't think you should have any issue. But if you're having this issue, please can message me on Slack also. Maybe we can look at it together. So I hope that that clarifies your question, DK and David. So please, now that I've explained some things, guys, try and work on the Crapo project. You can send me a DM if you're having any issue. I'll be eager to render a. Please make sure you are using the class utility class CSS so that it will be easier for you. By using that, it will be very easy. You later know that before 30 minutes you can finish the project once you have started setting up. And as I've said, I always recommend Kevin Powell CSS YouTube channel also. It teaches a lot of CSS. At least, please still check the form. What's your question? Just say your question here. Just your question while I'm still checking the form. I may not be able to. Please, Victoria, can you explain how CSS variable works? I think I've explained that. I hope Ogbonna will listen to this. The replit is giving me issue. It's only recognizing my index.html, but it's not recognizing both my CSS and registration page. Is Sammy Berry? I think you are the one asking. Okay. No wonder you kept telling me that I should check the project. If it's only recognizing my index.html, it's not recognizing both my style.css. I could have just said that you should have sent a screenshot of it. Your style.css is automatically linked, so I'm even surprised by Replit. So you can send me a DM about this. Maybe I can check. Khadijat, maybe I just joined in. You can always ask, or you can check you can check your Slack. Please, how do I place my menu bar item at the center of the menu? Menu bar item ID. What do you mean by menu bar? Are you talking about the nav link? You can just use a flex, justify content should be space between. How do I get to you on Slack? I'm on Slack. My name is this is my name, or this is my profile on Slack. Okay, this is my profile on Slack. You can message me, or you can message any mentor. So everything it will be fine. Don't copy the folder. You copy the folder and start by copying the first before copying the rest. Yeah, just make sure you're not copying. Yes, you have to copy the right. If you do it the right way, it's going to work. So I shouldn't upload it. What are you uploading? My best advice is that create each folder on your Replit, then start copy and paste. Start copy and paste the content of the folder. Don't just upload the folder, because the way Replit work, the index.html2, there's something under the wood that when you are launching your VS Code, it's going to give the link the way they also did their own. you can't touch it, or you have to go to the settings to make some changes. So it's better you just create the folder online, then upload the folder. Okay, I still have class by 3. You still have class in the evening itself. So just upload what you have there and then take it to just copy what you have inside your file and just paste it inside your Replit account. Please, Anieka, I've explained this. Kindly check through the video again. Please, Khadija, you can also ask your colleague about it. Ask it on the Slack channel that the Crapo project. Someone definitely is going to answer to you. Or you can look for Alao Moise. So that's all about it. Please, what utility class is best for us to start with? Start with creating your own. Create your own app own. Anything you need, use it as creating as utility class. What I would just advise is, for example, now let me say you are working on this project. You created like different utility class. Now, when maybe you want to do another project, you can just copy that one and paste it there. You still have to add some to it. Then you keep adding. Before you know it, you could have created your own table CSS that you don't need to use Tailwind. So that's just please. You can always ask others. I said you start utility class that is best is for you to create your own utility class. Create your own utility class and work on it. Like now, we have been creating our own for this Crapo project. Once you create one now, you can always use it another time for another project. You keep adding to it till you have your own Tailwind CSS that you can even launch. It's possible. Reshare your screen. I can also see my screen, so I don't have any issue with my screen. Maybe it's your network. So with that being said, let's draw the curtains for this class. I hope you have learned one or two things from this session. Let me know if you have learned one or two things. And if you have any question, you can just message me on Slack. I will always be eager to respond to you, and let's see how we can do it. So that's all about it. Thank you everyone for joining the class. I don't want us to have that scenario of finishing the class late. So maybe now, since we are going to be having Victoria coming on board before mine. So maybe I will dedicate my whole class in the evening to styling the Crapo project. Let me see how far I can go. Though I've done it personally on my own, but let's see, because there's always two different things when you are teaching and when you are doing personal projects. It's only when you start teaching that you know that, oh, I didn't know this thing very well, but you can know it to get results. So there's a difference between knowing and knowing how to teach someone. So thank you all for joining the class. If you still have any question or want to do the Crapo project together, let's meet on by 5 p.m. No, 6 p.m. Let's meet by 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for another episode. Till then, now please don't bother me with questions. So till then, please stay hungry, keep learning, and if you are not getting anything, it's going to pass. It's going to pass. I was working on a project, something I know. If you are familiar with it, I was trying to use Formic on an open source project, something I've worked on for several times using Formic, and it took me a whole day to figure some things out. So it do happen like that. Adebayo Ismail, why didn't you learn anything today? Do you have any question? So if you don't have any question, or if you have any question, you can always reach out to me on Slack. At least you can see I have a lot of messages, but I like 99% I've responded. It's just these two I'm yet to respond because I'm on online. That's why I've not responded to it. So I'll try and respond to questions as much as possible. Till then, please have a nice day and keep learning. Please keep learning. It's very, very important. And you'll definitely get there. It will soon pay off. So just keep learning. Bye for now, everyone.